Good morning. Is it still morning? Does this count as morning? Good morning, good morning. Oh, it's good to see you. I'm looking forward to see who jumps on with me live this morning. This could change our population greatly. We are a little bit later than usual this morning, but right on time. Good morning, Emily. Good morning, Zach. Thanks for joining me. Are you still drinking coffee, or is your coffee long gone by now? Listen, I took this morning to sleep in a little bit, which number one is not always easy for me. I'm not really a sleeper inner, but man, the last couple days have been busy and, hanging with all the guys on Landon's team. Sorry, I've got a horsey throat this morning. Maybe that's from waking up when I did. All right, so good morning. I'm excited. I'm excited to connect with you. I know it's a little bit later than normal, but we're here and we're together and we get to chat for a minute. Hold on one second. Let's see if that helps a little bit. The coloring in here was really dark. Hi, Constance. Good morning. Hi, Kara. How are you, Sarah? Good morning. So we do these coffee chats every day, Monday through Saturday, typically between 7:30 and 8 o'clock in the morning. So today, first time ever since we started these. Hi, Lanisa. Good morning. Since we started these in March, that I've been a little late to the party, but you know what? I needed that rest this morning. Good morning, Banny. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping on with me a little bit later this morning. Alicia, how are you? Yeah, I thought, you know what? I need the rest. The boys did not have a good day yesterday. And so after our last game, we decided to make the hike home and sleep in our own beds last night. And I am so glad that we did. But I was one tired mama this morning. And so when my alarm went off, I thought, you know what? I think we're gonna have our live a little bit later today. And so I took that to be able to rest, and yeah, I just took that cue. So I don't know how many of you are good at that. I tend to not let myself do that more than the Sabbath, since I've been so consistent on taking the Sabbath. But this morning I decided to gift myself and love myself a little bit like that. Lanisa, you would love that. Hi, Terry. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a little bit. Okay, so, Sarah, I'm so sorry to hear that. Weather has been nuts lately, that's for sure. So, I was thinking about the boys' game yesterday and just especially their last game. Now, here's the deal. The boys, there was only 7 of us. There was only 7 of us with COVID and just the things with health concerns and the numbers rising in Florida. Several of our guys weren't able to play this weekend. Totally understand. So we went into this 4-day-long tournament with 7 guys. And the first 4 games, Saturday and Sunday, they were brutal. Like 3 of the 4 were battles, and we won 3 of the 4. We lost one of the battles, won 2 of the battles, and then we had a team that, we were just able to beat real well. Anyways, all that to say, we woke up and had our game on Monday morning, and we played a team that was 11 deep, big. Like they had a couple guys 6'3", they had a guy that was about 6'5", and you're thinking 8th graders, right? Well, they had 11 deep, and AAU can be very physical, and often the refs don't call a lot of fouls. So that team was able to gamble with the fact that they had 11 men on the seat. We had 7. And so as physical as the game was, we kicked butt. We worked hard. The game was close. We ended up losing by quite a bit, but man, it was close most of the game. It was when 2 of our 7 guys fouled out that it was a hard close. All that to say, we get into our last game. We got up early. We were ahead by 13 at the half, and then we just came out the second half, and it was just like nothing we could do was working. Nothing. And we actually lost the game. So that was a bit of a heartbreaker. So we did get to come home last night. Now I say that because there's a couple things that happened last night as well that reminded me, my some of you may or may not know this, but before I got into the business world, I actually was a school teacher and a basketball coach. Hi, baby. Look who wants to join us. I was a high school teacher and a basketball coach. Good morning, Zach Hayes. Good to see you this morning. Rebecca Williams, good morning. So, I'm a real big believer, not in balance, but in seasons. And let me tell you why. Because when I look at a basketball game, I really believe a basketball game can be broken down to the various runs that happen within the game. And I think one of the biggest things strategically a coach can do is when they see the team going on a run on the other side is to call a timeout. It's to break the run, to break the cycle that's going against you so that you can start getting a run going in your favor. And I'll tell you what, the game is a game of runs, but it's also a mental game. So one of the things that I've learned in business is if you believe you can, you will. If you believe you can't, you won't. You're right either way. And I'll tell you what, basketball is the same flippin' way because I believe life is a game of runs. There's going to be seasons in our life where everything is going in our favor, and there's going to be seasons where we're down and it just feels like everything we try, it's just as cards are stacked against us. But that's life. And so you get to decide how are you going to handle the run that you're in. Now, I do believe there are methods to getting into if you're not in a good run, there are methods to getting into the run that you want to be in. Good morning, Kim Chipak. How are you this morning? Barb Hauser, good to see you. How do you break the cycle when you're down on your luck, when things are just going against you? I big time think it's a mentality thing. Let me just give you an example. Yesterday in our live, if you didn't see it, you can go back and watch it. But I told you I was having a rough morning, a very rough morning. And I was working hard for my peace. I was working hard as I was navigating through something that was just hard. And instead of just sitting around, waiting, trying to pretend like it wasn't there, I was fighting. I was fighting for my peace. I was fighting for victory, and I was fighting for clarity. I shared yesterday some of the things that I was doing, and I just want to share those with you again now because I truly believe whether you're in momentum in life right now, all the things are working for you, or you feel like you've got the cards stacked against you and you just keep hitting the wall. There are things you can do to bust through that wall faster. And one of those things I firmly believe in is just prayer, flat out prayer, getting time with the Lord, abiding with him. That might look like turning on music. Sometimes for me, it's just sitting back and sitting in quiet and just really allowing the Lord to be with me, to speak to me, just to spend time with him. I love asking him to feel his touch. I love to feel his touch. I love to feel him holding me. And so abiding, prayer, that's one thing. Journaling your feelings is so helpful in processing what you're going through. Oh my gosh, positivity, reading positive things, having positive things all around you. If you're in business, getting to an event where you can get around the fire where other people are on fire so you can quickly get your fire relit. If it's in life, if it's with parenting, I'd say getting to a Bible study, going to church, listening to a great podcast. Those are the things that are going to help you kind of get out of the funk that you're in. Memorizing scripture, listening to worship music. These are all the things I do to fight just those negative vibes that are all around me. And so here's the deal. The boys were tired. You could tell. They were fighting fatigue. In the moment as a coach, you're like, I can't go out there and play for you right now. You guys are so flat. But, and for me, just feeling like their vibes that they were putting out were just like, chalk it up. Because, as things weren't going in their way, they started picking at each other. They didn't play like a team very well. And I think that all stems from fatigue, but there is definitely things that we can do to fight through that, to make things go in our favor. But it's once we have recognition that that's happening that we can begin doing those things. So yesterday I was in a funk. I wouldn't say I'm clear of a funk right now, but I am doing all the things that I shared with you yesterday to fight through that funk and to continue to move forward and push through what might be like a run in the other team's favor. But but you know, you can't always be on the high side runs, but man, I sure want to have a lot more runs in my favor than ones that are not in my favor. And I believe we can impact that. We can impact that between the things that we allow around us, the people that we have in position to lean on, to listen to allow to love on us. Also, I believe whether it's fear and negativity or it's positivity and hope, they're both contagious. And so who are you spending time with that's going to allow you to work through the funk that you're in? Obviously, the positivity and the hope side of things is where I want to be spending my time with, because that's what's going to help me push through faster than anything else I could do. But awareness is key. Awareness is key. And so my question to you right now is, are you in a run? Are you in a run and things are working in your favor? Because if you are, fight to keep that run. We always love to say, keep the momentum moving forward. Momentum is a rare commodity. So when you're in momentum, when you're having a run, you want to keep that run going as long as possible. And so sometimes that might look like less date night. Sometimes that might look like no TV and really focusing on the area that you're in a run so that you can keep the run going. And when you start to see yourself or the run slipping, what can we do to get ourselves in position to get back in a run? That's why life is about seasons, not balance. Now, I am a big believer in Sabbath. Sabbath. Take the Sabbath and keep it holy. And I guarantee you're going to have a whole lot less flatlining. You're going to have a whole lot less low days or moments where you're in a funk, and it'll keep you in the runs longer. Woo! I'm glad that we went live today. I'm glad we didn't postpone our live till tomorrow. I know we were a little bit late to the party. If you're now just jumping on, hi, Aaron Tweed, good morning. Then I want you to go back and I want you to watch. Drop a number 1 if you're watching it live. Drop a number 2 if you're catching the replay. I'd love to see your ahas and certainly ways and methods that you use to keep yourself in one of the runs, in momentum versus in a slump. In a space that's you're frustrated or feeling in a funk. What are some of the things that you do? How do you manage those seasons in your life well? Or I guess I should say, how do you steward those seasons well? So the boys lost yesterday. Man, it wasn't it wasn't because they weren't trying. It wasn't because they weren't giving effort, and they certainly gave effort through that very last second of the game. But you know what? Mindset and belief go so far, and that positive energy, and those make a huge difference. Hi, Brittany Landrum. And being where you are right now and where you want to be. If you can't seem to get things to work in your favor and to get things moving in the direction you want them to. Hi, Danielle. Good morning. And also, being a person who points out problems versus a person who is a problem solver. Those are some other things that will really help you push yourself more into those positive seasons. Listen, it's Tuesday. It took me a minute this morning to go, what day is today? We're a little messed up because of the tournament times and things ending a little early, but take a pulse. Where are you today? And where do you want to be? And once you have the awareness, you can start doing the things that you need to do to get yourself into position to be winning again. All right, you guys, have a good day. Happy Tuesday.